Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. Thanks for having me back into your house today. You know how I love to bring you simple recipes that are delicious. Well, this is a 3-ingredient recipe I'm going to bring you tonight. I happen to be out in the back of our little house, and my orange tree had some oranges on it, and I thought, well, I'm going to make something with the oranges. So I've got my zester here, and I'm going to zest a little bit of orange. Oh, the flavor of this, the smell of the zest alone is incredible. Don't need a lot, but I've got to, let's see what we got here. A little bit more. It's been so hot here the last couple of days. It was actually 104 here yesterday, so it's been very warm. So something light and citrusy sounds really good. Okay, I've got my orange zest in my bowl here. I'm going to set this aside. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 oranges, and I've got a pot of water. I'm going to take my pot and I'll put it on my stove, and I'm going to boil these 2 oranges for at least 30 minutes until the skins are nice and soft. When they're finished boiling, I'll be back to you. Okay, my oranges have been boiling for about 20 minutes. I'm going to let them boil about another 10 minutes to soften them up, and they're beginning to split. So I want the skins to get real soft on these. So when they finish boiling, I'll come back and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Welcome back. My oranges boiled for about 30 minutes, and you can see they're sort of splitting open. They're still a little warm, but that's okay. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut these into 4ths. As you can see, they're very tender, and that's exactly what I want. Really juicy too. Okay, I've got my Ninja mixer here. If you don't have one of these, you can use a regular kitchen blender, or you can use a food processor. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to put my oranges in here. And what I want to do is I'm going to liquefy these as much as possible. I might have to come up a little bit smaller. Oh, this thing is pretty powerful. So, okay, I'm going to turn this on. This is going to make some noise. I'll put the power, and then we'll put it on high. Stop it for a second, let it all settle, then I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, I've pretty much got that blended down to where I want it. Okay, so take the top off, move this, and we'll take my blade out of here and knock all of this off I can. Okay, then I've got all my pureed orange in my blender. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my bowl here, and I'm going to try to get as much out of here as I possibly can. We want every bit of it. Boy, I tell you, the smell of this orange is just unbelievable. I love the smell of orange and lime, and I think I might have told you that I have an awful lot of key limes at my little tiny farmhouse, and I've been drinking limeades and lemonades like crazy for the last couple of days, and they're really refreshing when you have heat like we have. Okay, I've got that cleared out. I've got my oranges, pureed oranges in there. Now what I'm going to do, I've got a can of sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to take from the very beginning, I've got 1 tablespoon. I'm going to take 1 tablespoon out and set that aside. And the rest of it, I'm going to put in with my orange. And this is one that you have to scrape down too to get it all out. Now remember, this is just 3 ingredients. This is, so far we've got the orange, we got the sweetened condensed milk, and now I've got a cup and a half of self-rising flour. I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to stir it up just a little bit, and then we'll get my mixer, but I hate the dust storm that it causes when I first start off, so I mix a little bit like this. Okay. Now I'm going to get my hand mixer. Still dusty. You want to make sure that you get this really well blended, that you get all the orange and the flour and the sweetened condensed milk all blend together really well. And like I always say, you stop just before you finish. Check to make sure nothing's on the bottom that did not get picked up, because a lot of time there might be some flour or something on the bottom that didn't get picked up with the blender. So this way you know that it's all incorporated. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I've got my little baking pan here. And what I did is I cut a piece of parchment to put in the bottom. I always do that when I bake any type of bread or something of that nature, because I have a tendency, if it's going to stick, it's going to stick at the bottom. But I love this pan with the flour already in it. I used to have to grease everything and then flour it down. This makes it so much more simpler. I grease the parchment paper and all of it, okay? After I get that nice and greased down, I'm going to take my batter. I'm going to put my batter right in here. As you can see, this nut has not taken long to make. Some people do not boil their oranges, and that's fine. I know some recipes they say they don't boil their oranges at all. They just wash them really good and they use them. But I like to boil them. I think it makes it softer. It makes the cake a whole lot more spongier and tender. Okay, I want to top all this off. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. My oven's set at 180, between 180 and 190, and this is going to cook between 40 and 45 minutes. So I'm going to put this in my oven, and as soon as it's through, we'll come back and we'll finish it up. Hi, welcome back. Our orange cake is out of the oven and it's cooled down a little bit, so that came out really easy. And we'll take it and put it on our dish here. Okay. If you remember at the very beginning, I took out 1 tablespoon of the sweetened condensed milk. Well, I'm going to take that tablespoon of sweetened condensed milk now, and I'm going to top the top of my orange cake. Just going to brush it on here. Brush it all the way across the top here. Boy, I tell you, the flavor of this orange cake is filling up this whole room. It was just the aroma. Then I took the lemon zest, the orange zest, and I'm going to put a little bit of the orange zest down the middle. Maybe a little bit on the sides. Okay, and there is our 3-ingredient orange cake. Turned out beautiful. So now let's try it. I've got a little plate right here. And we're going to cut it. Wow, look at that. It looks like almost like a pound cake inside, and I can see little specks of orange in there with it. So you know this is going to be really good. Okay, the cake is nice and spongy. The aroma is incredible. Now let's try a piece of it. Boy, that's good. Who would ever guess 3 ingredients, 2 oranges, some self-rising flour, and sweetened condensed milk. It's a wonderful cake to have for any meal or just to serve as a dessert with coffee. I hope you'll try this one and know what you think about it. Thank you so much for following me on Facebook and subscribing to me on YouTube. It means the world to me. You're my family. I think about you and I appreciate your support. Your support means the world to me. Without you, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So take care of yourself. Know that I'm thinking about you. This is Jim in Mexico saying, God bless.